Drake has a rich baby daddy named Lucian.
So all of his streams in the number ones is controlled by someone named Lucian.
Well, Lucian worked for people who control the banks in Africa, who keep, you know.
Oh my God.
Y'all, they done did it now because Drake is salty as F because the internet has been clowning him so hard for losing to Kendrick Lamar in their ongoing beef, and he is getting his rumored sugar daddy Lucian Grainge to step in and get Kendrick to stop humiliating him on his diss tracks. These two men have been beefing hard for ages, and I'm talking more than 10 years, y'all, but it blew up a couple of weeks ago, and these men have been fighting hard ever since and dropping diss tracks against each other left and right. However, Kendrick destroyed Drake with his last diss, exposing Drake as a creep towards young women, and it was messy. The next thing we knew, Lucian Grainge and Universal Music Group stepped in and tried to bully Kendrick. But y'all know that Kendrick isn't about that life, and he clapped back at Lucian Grainge hard, exposing some more tea on Lucian Grainge and Drake.
And he told me that Drake has an employee whose job is to go around town looking for super hot girls. He finds the girls and then he interviews them, and out of all the girls he interviews, he picks the one that he thinks is the best. Then he drives her to Drake's place. Drake has sex with her, and then he drives her home.
Y'all, I guess Kanye wasn't lying when he referred to Lucian Grainge as Drake's baby daddy, because Lucian just spoke up in Drake's defense amidst this ongoing beef with Kendrick Lamar, and he's allegedly warning Kendrick to step back or else.
Drake has a rich baby daddy named Lucian.
So all of his streams in the number ones is controlled by someone named Lucian.
Well, Lucian worked for people who control the banks in Africa, who keep.
So for some context, Crody, Drake and Kendrick have been going at it for like weeks, but they're stepping away from this full-on catfight. These two men absolutely hate each other, and it's in the best interest of everybody involved that these two never be in the same room, because it's going to be messy, even messier than it is now. Now, at first the tie was pretty even, and Drake was holding his own against Kendrick, kind of, which isn't surprising because he was the first to release his entire diss track against him. I mean, sure, Kendrick dissed Drake on his song with Metro Boomin like that, but then Drake dropped two diss tracks named Tailor Made and Push-Ups, where he slammed Kendrick, calling him out for being a hater. Then Kendrick hit the studios and dropped Euphoria, in which he mocked Drake for 6 minutes straight, pointing out how Drake was surrounded by frenemies and exposed Drake for paying people to give him tea on Kendrick. And Drake was not about to go down without a fight, and he dropped another diss track titled Family Matters, where he brought back those rumors of Kendrick allegedly putting hands on his fiance Whitney. Yeah, those same rumors that Kendrick once denied on The Breakfast Club.
Oh wait, this is true.
Yeah.
When they said you were in Vegas and you beat some guy bloody and you did something to some female.
Yeah.
And they said they had evidence and all of this, and then I never heard anything about it again.
Yeah, because it's foolishness. That's the most ignorant stuff I've ever heard made up.
I was like, Kendrick did that? I doubt it.
And you know, that person whoever made that up owes an apology. Not to me, but to women that actually go out there and get abused. You dig what I'm saying? That's a real issue, and to be putting a person name that you know that stands for someone way more better, that's been raised way more better than that. That's not cool. There's people out there that really get abused, and there's women out there that get abused and don't say nothing, and you know, live their lives through that. So
because I was like, I'm sure if that happened, there'd have been a police report. You would have been arrested.
That's foolishness. That's ignorant. That's all ignorant to 100%.
When you hear things in the news, certain things I believe about artists. That story, I didn't even think that was remotely close to
story about you, and I was like, there's no.
He also accused Kendrick of being a bad father to his 2 kids that he has with Whitney, saying, on some Bobby-ish, I wanna know what Whitney need. All that puppy love was over in your late teens. Why you never hold your son and tell him say cheese? We could have let the kids out of this, don't blame me. He then revealed that Whitney had cheated on Kendrick with his manager Dave Free, claiming that one of Kendrick's kids wasn't his biological child and that Whitney had passed Dave's kid off to Kendrick as his. He said, you a dog and you know what, you just play sweet. Your baby mama captions always screaming, save me. You did her dirty all your life, you trying to make peace. I heard that one of them little kids might be Dave Free. Don't make it Dave Freeze, cause if your GM is your Beamer secret BD, then it's all making plenty effing sense to me. Hey, let that shorty breathe. Not him sounding like Sexy Red, but fans also pointed out how weird it was that Whitney doesn't really follow Kendrick on social media, but she does follow Dave Free. Plus, every time she posts her kids, Dave always gets up in them comments, leaving emojis and all that. And this had people wondering if there was some truth to Drake's claims. But once Drake opened that door and brought Kendrick's kids and fiance in the beef, it became no holds barred match for Kendrick, because he took that chance to write one of his wildest, dirtiest diss tracks in the history of rap. He dropped a diss titled Meet the Grams, where he exposed Drake for allegedly having a secret daughter, and also exposing Drake for allegedly being a creep and a PDF file, if you know what I mean. He even called out Drake's mom and dad for roasting a nasty man, saying, "Sandra, sit down. What I'm about to say is heavy. Now listen. Your son's a sick man with 6 thoughts. I think ninjas like him should die. Him and Weinstein should get effed up in the cell for the rest of their life. He hates black women, hypersexualized him with kinks of an info fetish, grew facial hair because he understood being a bear just fit him better. He got sex offenders on Hovio that he keep on a monthly allowance. A child should never be compromised, and he keeping his child around him. We gotta raise our daughters knowing there's predators like him lurking." But this isn't very shocking, y'all, because there have long been rumors about how creepy Drake is when it comes to these young women. There have also been multiple allegations that he holds wild Diddy-like parties in Toronto, with high school girls being his target audience. And this has been said to be something of an open secret in Toronto.
If I'm being real with you, bro, growing up in high school, 16, 17, 18, having a crush on the baddest girl in your school, and then seeing her post at Drake's mansion every single time, seeing Drake and the follows, you don't know how demoralizing that is to a young teenage boy in Canada. So if I'm gonna be real, I've been waiting for this guy's downfall for a minute. I'm gonna still bump his music because that shit goes crazy, but this is for the younger generation. They don't have to deal with that bullshit no more.
Now, don't even get me started on the reports that Drake allegedly hires people to help him pick up girls.
Just the tip of the iceberg. Now, everything I'm about to tell you is 100% true, and this information came to me from one of the crew members on Drake's tour. This was the guy who did all the tech stuff, and he told me that Drake has an employee whose job is to go around town looking for super hot girls. He finds the girls and then he interviews them, and out of all the girls he interviews, he picks the one that he thinks is the best. Then he drives her to Drake's place. Drake has sex with her, and then he drives her home. So basically, Drake has his own private Tinder.
Y'all, when I tell y'all that Kendrick was in beast mode when he recorded that verse, baby. He even exposed Drake for having a secret daughter that he keeps hidden from the world and the world from the kids. In Meet the Grams, Kendrick also said, "You lied about your son, you lied about your daughter, huh? You lied about them other kids that's out there hoping that you come." So what this basically is saying that Drake has allegedly hidden not 1, but 2 kids from the world, y'all. And at this point, Kendrick was eating Drake up, and Drake was fighting for his life against the whole entire internet. Drake decided to drop another diss track against Kendrick titled The Heart Part 6, but unfortunately, it didn't eat because the only thing that he had to say was that Whitney was cheating on Kendrick and that Kendrick was allegedly cheating on Whitney, which he already told us on Family Matters. In The Heart Part 6, Drake said, "And why isn't Whitney denying all of the allegations? Why is she following Dave free and not Mr. Morale? You haven't seen the kids in 6 months, the distance is wild. Dave leaving heart emojis underneath pics of the child." He closed things off by going back to the DV allegations, and he offered to save Whitney from Kendrick, saying, "And Whitney, you can hit me if you need a favor, and when I say I hit you back, it's a lot safer." I promise. Now, but like I said, this didn't eat really, because he been told us that tea last week, and we needed him to push a tea, not some recycled drama. But Drake was losing that fight, but especially since Kendrick's diss track, Not Like Us, is projected to debut at #1 on Billboard Hot 100 next week. What's more, it's being reported that Kendrick Lamar's back catalog is up to 49% following this weekend of diss tracks. Drake is down 5%, according to the Billboard. Lamar's discography earned 50.62 million streams over the weekend, May 3rd through May 6th, up 49% from the previous Friday to Monday tracking period, 33.98 million from April 26 to 29. But what's even worse, he got the whole nation saying, "OV ho, OV ho, now slide this way, now step this way." Shoo! Woo! I mean, I'm telling you, I'm crip walking every single day. But even though Drake has higher streaming numbers, which is almost double of Kendrick's, it still shows that Kendrick is winning this beef. And this is where Drake's sugar daddy Lucian Grainge stepped in the chat. According to the insiders, UMG has allegedly stepped into the situation. They ordered Kendrick to end the beef ASAP and stop dissing their golden boy Drake. According to reports, Kendrick and EXO The Weeknd, as of yesterday, were asked by Universal Music Group UMG to end the beef with OVO Drake. Kendrick apparently isn't budging at all, but UMG is pressing hard on their request to squash the beef. It continued. UMG also had a Zoom meeting with all of the parties involved, and they want Kendrick, either directly or said through PG Lang, to post a statement clarifying that Drake isn't a PDF file if Kendrick agrees to end the beef. Drake is losing the beef in UMG's eyes, so UMG's perspective, the sooner this beef ends, the better. The PDF file accusations directed at Drake are costing UMG, Nike, and other parties a lot of money. Now, I'm not gonna lie, y'all, Drake's sugar daddy, Lucian, getting involved in this fight is very embarrassing for him, and it's low-key messy. Well, Kendrick is as stubborn as ever, of course, and he is not backing down from this fight, even with the pressure coming in from UMG. Kendrick has the whole world, and especially Compton, saying, hey, run for your life, he's a freaky ass and a 69 god. And I'm not gonna lie, he got me on it too. Well, the fans have been leaving their comments, of course, and they've been saying stuff like, so Lucian Grainge, owner of UMG, who is listed as a co-defendant in a Diddy case, is trying to get Kendrick to release a statement that Drake isn't a PDF file? That might be more damning than the Heart Part 6. Drake and the labels are going to try to dig out all the dirt they can. Lucian Grainge and co will go into the vaults that hold info, blackmail, and USBs on rappers' affiliates. They will play dirty, but war is war. Drake has the machine, but Kendrick has the culture with him. And, ayo, it's obvious, BBL, Drake called his sugar daddy Lucian to try and make Kendrick stop. We can't let that culture vulture come back. But I got to know what y'all feel about BBL Drizzy. BBL Drizzy. What I don't like is the violence that's happening around Drake's house, but I don't really feel like it's Kendrick Lamar related. But we'll talk about that in our next video. Tell me if you're team Drizzy or if you're team Kendrick. Hey, run for your life and hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 200,000 subscribers. Drop your thoughts in the comments below and then check out this next video.